These are things that would ruin Captain America Brave New World. The first mistake this movie can make is not giving Sam Wilson the super soldier serum. Now listen, I know that kind of goes against what he wants as a character, and that's kind of what makes him different than Steve Rogers, but at the same time, I kind of don't care. This dude is going to be fighting the Red Hulk, members of the Serpent Society, and who knows what in the next Avengers movies. I'm not trying to say that Sam is like a terrible fighter or anything. I'm sure he could kind of hold his own, but if he's going to just be defeating all these people as a regular guy, I feel like it's just going to end up feeling a little bit goofy. Anthony Mackie has literally straight up come out and said that he's not getting the super soldier serum in this movie, but we know they just lie about things in their upcoming films all the time to not spoil stuff, so I feel like it's still possible. Plus, I think there is a way to super easily introduce it into the story so it works with all the characters and what they want, like Sam not wanting the super soldier serum. But if you have him lose a fight brutally to Red Hulk in like the first half of this film, and it's like the only way to save him is him now getting the serum or not being able to be Captain America anymore, it would be a really good character moment to see maybe Sam willing to give up the mantle of Captain America, but everybody around him telling him, no, you have to take this, you need to be our new Captain America and our new leader. Another huge mistake this movie can make is killing off Thunderbolt Ross, aka Red Hulk, in this very film for a multitude of reasons. First of all is that Harrison Ford is just an all-time great actor, and I'd love to see him continue playing this character in future MCU movies that are on the street and ground level. Second reason I want him to not die in this movie is that the MCU has had a serious problem that people have been complaining about for years about killing off their amazing MCU villains in their very first film appearance. Like, it's a common thing in comic book movies and just other movies in general for villains to be reoccurring and showing up as maybe another main villain down the line or just a side character in future projects, and the MCU does not like to do that. They love just killing them off. Like, Killmonger is a great example of an amazing villain that could have been in movies for years to come, but nope, he's dead in the first film. Now obviously Thunderbolt Ross has been around in the MCU for a long time without being killed off yet, but he's never really been like the main villain of a film, so this time he's gonna have that challenge of surviving to the end of it, but hopefully they just lock him up at the end instead of killing him off. And the third reason is simply that the MCU's already been underusing their main Green Hulk, so you might as well give us a lot of Red Hulk in the future if you're not gonna do anything with him. Not introducing a new sidekick or partner for Sam Wilson's Captain America will be another huge mistake, because Steve Rogers was honestly never the most interesting character on his own, but what made him so compelling was his connection and relationships with Bucky, Sam himself, Peggy Carter, and others. Like, Bucky was literally the entire driving force of pretty much all three Captain America movies. He is like the main plot point in all of those. I feel like Sam Wilson really doesn't have that type of character to himself. Like, yeah, he also has Bucky, but we know he's not going to be in this film. There's Isaiah Bradley, who is confirmed to be in the movie, and I'm very glad he's going to be in this film, but he's not necessarily what I'm talking about, someone that's like a peer that can be in battles and fighting alongside Captain America at this stage. I don't think the new Falcon kid that they have is really going to be that great of a character, honestly. Maybe I'm being too harsh on him and got to give him a chance, and he can rise up in that role, but I just don't think he's going to cut it. This one might seem like a smaller point, but I really don't want them to change the suit anymore. This is the common thing to do in the MCU, is we change suits like 2 times every single movie just so we can make brand new toys to sell, but I think they need to keep it with this one. I love the Falcon and Winter Soldier suit too. I really wish they kept that one. But this new one that we have in the trailers for this movie is pretty good. I just hope he keeps it all the way through the entire movie and we're not constantly changing just for the sake of it. This one might be controversial, so let me know your stance on it in the comments below, but I really do not want an old man Steve Rogers cameo or scene in this at all, whether that's in the middle of the movie, maybe Sam feels like he needs to go and find him, or in a post-credit scene. Listen, I absolutely love Chris Evans as this character, and he was incredible as it for so many years, but I feel like he had his definitive ending. He did what he needed to do at the end of Endgame by giving the shield to Sam. If you go back to it now, I feel like we're just going to be retreading over old ground that doesn't need to be dug back up and ruining the ending of this character and just reminding people, hey, remember this other version of Captain America that you really liked? No, we need to focus solely on Sam Wilson, building him up as this new character and not going back to Steve Rogers. If you want a cameo that badly, like I said, I'd accept a Bucky cameo in this, maybe setting up his role in the Thunderbolts and just what's happening with him and Sam's relationship. I also need this movie really to not hold back on the fight scenes. I want some epic battles and clashes, particularly between these two, but all the other characters going to be in it too, like the Serpent Society. Like I said, kind of circling back to my first point, is my main concern is that if he doesn't get the super soldier serum, the action is just going to feel really lackluster and like he's just kind of running around trying to get away from Red Hulk and trying to end up tricking him at the end of the day. Or if you don't give him the serum, you got to find a way to make the action sequences still really intense and also not just making it feel like unrealistic things that Sam Wilson's doing if he doesn't have superpowers. You guys have been showing me so much love on this series, and I'm so thankful that you guys have been enjoying these videos. I'm going to keep it going with all the future superhero movies we have coming out. Next up is going to be Fantastic Four: The First Steps, coming out next year, so make sure to let me know in the comments anything you really do or don't want to see happen in this movie. And click down below to check out a video where I go over everything I don't and do want to happen in Superman, coming out next year.